What is going on, you guys? Just entered into a trade here. So this is actually my second trade of the day. Not really going that great. First one was a short on MNQ. You can see we've been selling off since the market opened. Dumped pretty hard. We're down about 1% on NQ and ES, it looks like. Just about. Had a nice little dip. Now we've been uptrending ever since. I tried a short once we tapped into this VWAP level, so it actually looks more clear on NQ. Give me 1 second here. Actually, I could probably just give you guys a breakdown after. So this is kind of the downtrend that we were playing. But after this big dip, we've been getting bought up and kind of just uptrending ever since. You can see we've been making higher lows. 2, 3. We kind of broke down a little bit, but that's why I switched over to ES. Because I wanted to see how ES was doing. We are still on this uptrend, technically on ES. This is the only long I'm willing to try here, just because it did kind of break. The formation that I was trying to play. Still uptrending though, obviously. So I'm just looking for a quick scalp, and I'll show you guys what I'm looking for here. We just got the dip. I bought it right before here. Got a dip, went back up. So I doubled my position, and now I'm looking to risk off of this low here to potentially hit this high very, very quickly here. I'm on a 30 seconds, so I'm just looking for a quick scalp. This will be about, oh wow, that should be about 600. That should be about 600 on this account, and I am double on everything else. So what's my risk to reward here exactly? So 8353. So you can see every single kind of dip was bought up without breaking the previous dip. Did get a big explosion here. Looks like we went down, tested it, and now we built some support on here. Kind of this, I guess you'd call it fair value gap. But now we're heading right back up again. Perfect. I want to see one more closure, one more high. One more candle, make a new high. And then I will, so you can see NQ made a new high here on the left. But ES is not on my right here. So I want one more NQ candle, and I will probably go break even. This is just a very quick scalp. I am pretty heavy on this technically, so. All right, we made a new high on ES. Background here. We want one more on NMNQ. That one didn't really count. It's kind of like a little explosion upwards is what we're looking for, and then we'll go break even. All right, here we go. We are getting now. Let's look at an explosion upward. Upward momentum. Come on. Awesome. Perfect. There we go. Explosion on both of them at the same time. Now we're going break even. This is risk free. So hopefully we can just ride this out back to the top. I'll just show you guys. We're basically kind of like at break even, a little bit higher than break even now with where the position's at currently from the counting that previous trade that we took. This might go break even here. Just debating. I mean, it does look like it kind of just rejected off of that. It looks like we're still kind of on the higher. I wouldn't say higher time frame, but on the 5-minute, it does look like we're still kind of respecting these lower highs, eventually making our way down towards a new low on the session. But it's not a bad idea, the fact that I'm trying to scalp this to the upside, considering this big buying that happened once we broke that new low. I don't really know. I mean, there's new news about tariffs being imposed, something about Trump. I mean, Trump wants Greenland, obviously, and in retaliation, he will be adding tariffs until he gets it, basically, which I guess is just adding more uncertainty to the market. That's causing the dip at the open. I don't know. The question is, like, I don't know how much weight that really holds on these stocks. So once I saw like the buyers stepping up here with volume, I mean, look at this volume here on the right. You can see the blue bars on the bottom. It kind of made me just want to fade the news, you know? Instead of trying to anticipate what I think is going to happen, maybe just doing what is happening and playing the buy side here when the buyers did step up. I'm just trying to get one more leg up on this, and that would obviously make my day, and I'll probably just be done. I'm not trying to really trade any longer than I have to with some news like this that's not really doesn't hold that much weight, I guess you could say. If buyers step up here on that little dip, I think we're definitely going to hit TP for sure. Yep, there we go. Buyers are stepping in. NQ kind of dragging behind, but ES is making new candle highs, so it should start to pump us up here as well on NQ shortly. Moving my break even up to that previous dip there. If we are still bullish, I mean, we should start just heading up higher and not back down here. So I want to be able to lock in some just in case we do go down here. Looks like we might be going down now. Unfortunate. Yeah, no. Nope. Of course, when I try longs, we start selling off. It's fucking hilarious. No worries. We came out of profit with that one. So all we got to do is just try to see if we can find another setup. All right, guys, I am trying shorts one more time here. Just on the fact that we are starting to create these lower lows again. So it does look like sellers are starting to pop up here again. And on the session trend, it is still ultimately favoring the shorts, as I showed you guys on the previous trade here. So if we go back to the 5-minute, we still failed to break above this previous swing high. So sellers are still in control. All we had to do was wait on a smaller time frame for sellers to show us that they were in control. Now they are. I think you can kind of see the difference a lot better here on the 1 minute and the 30 seconds. But hopefully we can actually. It looks like we're dipping, but now hopefully we can dip down to our TP so we can just finish on the day here. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to head and add one more of this start to continue lower here. I'm going to get pretty aggressive with this short position because I think I'm going to ultimately end up trying to go break even on this. So I'm just going to make the bet that if we dump, we start dumping pretty fast and quickly. It's kind of funny. I was playing Arc Grid. You can actually see it on the bottom right. I didn't realize that. Fuck it, dude. All right, this thing's starting to go here. I want to see some more aggression towards the buyers, or sorry, towards the bottom side, the seller side, and we will probably go break even. Yep. We'll finally go break even here. Awesome. Buyers are kind of stepping in here. This isn't a level for them to be buying up at, though, so it wasn't much of a support. So I expect these to get kind of pushed down here very quickly here. Hopefully soon. Yeah, it looks like ES is still following in trend. Now hopefully NQ can follow suit. ES really got dragged down there here on the right side of the screen. Wow. Getting drowned hard. That entire dip, that entire buy up just got taken away. NQ needs to start dumping here. That was insane. Wow. A little gap on the ES. That is super bearish. Wow. I'm going to move this lower just in case this wants to really go. How low do you want to go, buddy? To get off of the 30-second here. Just so I can see more clearly. Wow, you're telling me? Come on, don't retrace. This is getting aggressive. No way this gets bought up. There we go. Wow. I haven't taken profit yet. I feel like this wants to go lower. I will take half off there, though. Forgot to show my P&L as they were all up 1,000, but it's fine. It's whatever. See if we can get some lower action here. I think we will with how aggressive these sellers are getting. I really want to hold this one out a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Come on. Just one more low here. Let's see what happens. ES about to make a new one. Yep. Looks like we got it. I'm gonna take one off here. I want some more on NQ though. Come on, I know you got more in you. Oh, you got more in you. Yeah, no. I think it's just gonna retrace here. That's fine. That's fine. We got most of it out. I might just fly into this one out here. Yeah, I'm gonna fly it out there. That's fine. We got what we wanted, so we're flying out there. This is what we're looking like now in the day. I could have gone a little more, obviously, if I took it off all where I wanted to on my TP, but to me it was worth what could potentially happened. I think a sell off was very, very likely, especially with how aggressive it was moving. That's fine. I think I'm gonna call it there. That's gonna be it for me. If I see another trade, I'll see you guys then. Peace. I'm gonna try shorts again. I do like the setup that I see here on ES. I am taking this on NQ though, I should say. I already did. So NQ swept a high. Yet ES still has not. So I'm seeing divergence, but ES is still setting up towards the short side, which is where my bias on the session is anyways. And we do have news to support that bias. So I'm willing to try this one more time here. So I disabled all of my Copytrader accounts and I'm only attempting this on my 5 Topstep accounts. I want to try to scale these specifically as fast as possible. So that's the reasoning behind it. And I don't need to risk the profit on any of the other accounts because they're already, I'm okay with where they're at. But these Topstep ones are the most important. And I saw another setup, so I said, why not? Let me just take another trade. I am going to look to take probably a max position here. I want to see a break of the low of either right here on this, on MNQ, or if ES starts breaking down lower. You can even see ES is starting to, it broke that previous swing low down here. There's a chance, and I think maybe just the last time that, or better said, I guess there is, I think, one more chance that we do fall below and test these lows. I don't know if we'll break below them, but at least a test is what I'm looking for. So we're gonna try to manage this trade. I'm looking to add 5 more on a max position here for my Topstep accounts. All right, whichever one breaks first here, I will look to add. Looks like ES is already enough for it though. I went ahead and added there a little early, but I think we should start falling here very quickly. So the key on this one is going to be making sure that ES keeps that same bearish formation. It's almost looking like it's setting up a big flag pattern here. So this is the bottom base, and then the top here you can see we are on this descending little wedge here. So price is definitely getting tighter. So I think we see another test of the lows. Almost decided to close out the position early there, just so you guys can. I'm just saying this just so you guys can understand what I'm thinking. I almost wanted to close it out there early just because it does look like we went down and retested this fair value gap, and it looks like buyers are starting to step up after showing signs of holding a support. Buyers could be coming in here. Only reason I didn't, for me in my head, it just makes sense to try and see if we can hold on here because we do have that news behind this play that could hold some weight on the short side here. All right, funny. This is really starting to like ping pong in terms of divergence. It was ES leading the shorts, and now it's MNQ leading the shorts. Q is now approaching its fair value gap, though. Let's see how it reacts here. But from my experience, if you're asking me, just because we broke that low on MNQ, I feel like this trade's gonna hit, especially with news on our side too. I need ES to break a new low. That would just be the perfect setup for me. I would feel super confident about this trade, and I'll probably even go break even depending on where MNQ is at. Too low on MNQ here. I want to see a little more sell pressure, and then I'll go break even. You know what? I might just close this out. We're building a base here with buyers. Oh, I kind of want to take this off. ES is holding up. Both of them are actually really holding up. ES looks like it wants to go up. We're going to get our decision here pretty soon. Oh, wow. Sellers just shut that down real fast on NQ at least. I want a break of a low with seller pressure following that. Well, we're getting seller pressure on both now. There we go. I'm now going break even. I'm actually going break even. I'm actually going to move my stop below that previous candle high. lock in some profit on this trade just in case this does want to pull back. But I think TP is inevitable at this point. I took a fourth of the position off there. I would have loved to ride this out with full size all the way down to TP, but even though NQ is showing me that the sellers are present, ES is not. You can see it's still consolidating on the right side of my screen here, so I felt like I had to take some off at least, just in case this does pull back. I don't really feel 100% confident it's going to go to TP, not unless I see both of them moving in sync. But if NQ gets to these lows before ES gets out of this consolidation, that would be pretty crazy. I would almost want to just move my TP lower, anticipating some sort of explosion if ES actually starts going. I went ahead and moved my stop and profit a little more. This is really weird. You're seeing it live, but ES is still consolidating even though NQ has just dumped this much. So it might, I think now buyers are coming in. ES has officially gotten to the point though where it's gotten really tight and now it has to just choose a direction. So we're going to see what happens. And we just got taken out there. That's all right. Completely fine. We actually still, even in the end, almost doubled what we were just on these accounts, which is good. Obviously, I would have loved to hit that TP. There's no way it goes now, right? No, that would piss me off if it goes now. Definitely just a weird trade in general, though. That I just can't believe ES was in consolidation that entire time. Now it goes. Now it wants to go. I see. And NQ is frozen, it looks like. Q is frozen on Topstep. What the fuck? What just happened? Guy just unfroze. That was weird. I think it's going to go now. Of course, as soon as it takes me out, literally by the tick. Unbelievable. ES is breaking out of consolidation now. MNQ at this point. Wow. Unbelievable. Can't even be mad, I guess. A little salty, though. I can't lie. Ooh, why do I want it again? This is just acting weird. I should definitely stop. Anyways, this is going to be the final P-nail. I'm going to try to go to sleep. It's 4 a.m. I do have some appointment tomorrow, so fuck. But I'll be fine. At least we got to hit the 5-figure day. So now we are at $11,114. Awesome. I'm stopping it there. You guys have a good rest of your day. Peace.